Hey, me again. I've got some more comics to show you today. Just a little batch that my mate gave me actually. It was my birthday a little while back, and my mate, his dad used to collect these comic books, and I'll tell you about it. I'll just show you the books and I'll tell you about it. Okay, so my mate's dad used to like the works of Michael Moorcock. He used to like the fact that he did the artwork for a band called Hawkwind, I believe they're called, and so he named his son Elric, after Elric of Melnybone by Michael Moorcock. Melnybone, that's how it's supposed to be pronounced. But basically, my mate Elric gave me his collection of his dad's Elric comic books. So that's quite poetic somehow. Elric gave me his dad's Elrics. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. So let's just have a look at these. They're actually quite interesting actually. There's because my mate's dad used to work in this shop, Music and Video Exchange, and he used to have comics in there as well, and I think he must have picked up all the Elric books that are in there. So every time an Elric book came in, so they've written his name there, Sid, question mark. In other words, does Sid want this? And obviously Sid did, because he's bought it, give it to his son Elric, who's now giving it to me to my birthday. So thank you, Sid, thank you Elric for giving these to me. That's very kind of you. There's a few different companies. There's First Comics there. I know this is First Comics as well. PC. I'm not sure what company that is. So there seems to be. I've not actually gone through them and ordered them or anything yet. And this is another character, Hawkmoon, the Mad God's Amulet. So Michael Moorcock must have written that about that character as well. There's a few of these. Hawkmoon, Jewel in the Skull, kind of like a sorcery fantasy kind of book. I did actually read one Elric story in comic format. I've actually read, I think, a trio of Elric books a long time ago. His Sword Stormbringer, I can't remember the name of his foe, but his foe has a weapon called Mournblade, which is happens to be the name of a heavy metal band actually, and also yeah, I just remember that because it's a heavy metal band really. Surprising how heavy metal and comics sometimes cross over. Right, Hawkmoon, Jewel in the Skull, Elric and the Vanishing Tower, 3 of 6. I think one of the other ones was part of that. Now I'll keep distracting myself from the story I was going to say, but I have read an Elric comic book before. They're in an old Marvel book anthology, sort of adult anthology kind of book called Epic. I think Epic was late 80s, early 90s, I believe, and it had like a few different stories in it. And yeah, one time there was like a one-off, or I think maybe a 2-part Elric story, which was quite good. Right, so those are all First Comics, and we move on to Helix Comics. This is Michael Moorcock's Multiverse. So Helix would kind of the science fiction-y brand, weren't they, of DC Comics for a while. I think they were sort of focusing on, or was it, maybe it's fantasy, maybe it's a bit of everything, because that's definitely fantasy. So Michael Moorcock's Multiverse, there we are. More of those. The trouble is, I know this shop was only like a second-hand music and video exchange, so it may be that not all the books in the run would have come out, so I've not had a chance to go through them yet and put them in order or anything. So maybe I might be a bit frustrated by having, you know, only partial stories, but we'll soon find out. Did I have 2 number 1? No, 1, 2, 3, 7 so far. So what's that? Moonbeams and Roses, the meta-temporal detective Duke Elric. Walter Simonson art. So meta-temporal detective, so he's going through time by the sounds of it. Okay, then we're back to this PC Comics. Pretty cool covers. Sailing in the Seas of Fate. So I'm not sure if I got all, it's a 7-part. I'm not sure if I got all 7 parts of that or not. It's part 3. Roy Thomas story. Didn't he do the Justice League, no, Justice Society, or the All-Star Squadron? Wasn't he the guy that did the All-Star Squadron, Roy Thomas? Right. Weird of the White Wolf, 1 of 5. Right, it's the 7th part of The Sailor on the Seas of Fate. Another one of those PC comics. Not a company I've ever heard of. Roy Thomas again, and Jan Duursema. That name sounds familiar for some reason. From 1987, these ones. Right, hold on, did I already read that one? I've already found that one, haven't I? I seem to have doubles as well. There seems to be doubles as well. Yeah. Okay, back to some more Helix Multiverse ones. Looks like he's got a receipt in there. Multiverse. Yeah, little receipts to keep receipts in all of the bundles, isn't it? Alright, more Hawk Moon Jewel in the Skull. Oh, this is an interesting one. This is about, I was talking about Hawkwind, the kind of like space rock band they are. So kind of like trippy kind of, yeah, trippy hippie kind of rock. So Hawkwind versus the Forces of Chaos, Savage Henry by Matt Howarth, Rip-Off Press. That might be a collectible for Hawkwind fans. Stormbringer, that's the name of his sword. It's an interesting looking cover on this one. Topps Comics. Where is your cruel and brilliant blood? Where the glorious malice? Where the evil Elric? Come closer, Darnizan, and see. P. Craig Russell, the cover artist there. Move the camera back a little bit so I'm getting the whole comic book in. Stormbringer again, another Topps comic one. Jag Green Learn and the City of Screaming Statues. Oh, this is Dark Horse Comics and Topps Comics. Oh, that one was Dark Horse as well. Wasn't Topps a trading card company? Wasn't that what Topps did? Did they take? I remember seeing the name on comic books for a little while in a certain era. I'm not quite sure what that was about. Right, there's another one of the Multiverse books, Michael Moorcock's Multiverse. I'm assuming it's Elric travelling backwards and forwards in time, fighting crime by the sounds of it. Another one of the Multiverse. I should have ordered them out really to see if I had the whole run or not before I started showing them off. Right, that's all of those. And then finally we have a Marvel graphic novel. Michael Moorcock's, let's take it out of the rough cover. Elric the Dreaming City by Roy Thomas and P. Craig Russell. 1980s the date there. Oh, Marvel graphic novel number 2. So is this 2 in the series, or is this the second graphic novel that Marvel brought out? Because I'm pretty sure I remember hearing that the first one they brought out was Captain Marvel, The Death of Captain Marvel, wasn't it? That was the first Marvel graphic novel. So when it says graphic novel number 2, does it literally mean the second novel they ever brought out? It's not in massively awesome condition. See, the black has gone a little bit off there. I'm not sure if that's cleanable, if that's a bit of mould or something. I'm not too sure. It looks an interesting read anyway. I'll have a look into that. It's all a bit magic-y. Anyway, that's it. That's all my Elrics. Thanks to Elric and his dad, Sid, who sadly no longer with us, for passing these books on to me. Hope you enjoyed the looking at these books. If you've got any comments about Elric or these books at all, then leave a comment below. Please subscribe, and thanks for watching.